Hello, I am Carrie and I am back with another pick a card read for us today. And the question that I want to answer is what's coming? Mercury retrograde is finally over. We can breathe again. But I always feel like, I don't know, I feel like the energy of something coming afterwards. It's like we went through a major transformation and now something new is going to come in. So that's what I'm feeling. And I wanted to do a pick a card reading to see what's coming. What's coming for us. First, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your love, your light, your positive energy. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and even just watching this for 5 seconds. I am going to go ahead and get started. We have 4 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. I'm going to go with pile 1 first. Okay, pile 1. I'm going to get started with your reading. What's coming? So looking at these cards, it actually looks like something that is looks like a longer term situation. So this to me must be talking about cycles. So things that you've like, okay, so I'm a geologist, and when we talk about cycles in geology, we're literally talking about the long-term cycles that govern basically the rules of the world. So, well, rules of the universe, not even world. So we're talking about the cycles of the sun, like the sun's cycles, the moon's cycles, the earth's cycles, all the other planets' cycles, and how we can see those cycles show up in the rock record. So imagine the rock record being you. It's like the cycles that you have gone through in your life, like the long-term cycles. So we can be talking about things like birthdays, graduations, moving from elementary, middle school, high school, like those kinds of cycles that are going to show up in your life. And I would say they would show up in your rock record if we had a rock record, but it's basically the record of your life. So maybe we can talk about the Akashic records when we're looking at these, because this is a long-term cycle. It's not something that's like, it's not like, oh, Mercury retrograde just happened. So before Mercury retrograde, after Mercury retrograde. No, this is basically if we zoomed out on your entire life, looked at the cycles that were governing it, which is very deep for 6 cards, but we are here, pile 1. With that explanation, I have this, the Magician and the High Priestess. We'll start here. So this is like you putting in the work to create your life, and then the High Priestess, it's like I literally just get the energy of you, and this is not like the present you. This is like your soul you. This is the you that has existed before time. You know, it's like it is your soul creating you. Gosh, this is really deep, pile 1. But basically, it's just saying this is you putting in the energy to bring forth you. So it's the Magician, I mean, creating your personality, the way that you move in life, and like this is kind of it's really difficult to talk about, but it's you making yourself to be who you are. So it's like the choices you make, the decisions you make, the people you decide to have in your life, like all of this is being put together in this little pot, and it's creating you. And then we have the High Priestess, which is kind of like, again, the underlying intentions. So this could be your subconscious parts of you that are also playing a role in creating you. So there's maybe, could we talk about your shadows, maybe the things that are around you that are influencing you, some of the things that you don't even realize are influencing you. We're talking about maybe your parents, your teachers, etc., media, social media, the TV, whatever, that have been influencing you in this creation of you. It's like all of this is coming together to create who you are, plus your spirit, your soul is like as above, so below. So it's like your spirit creating you, and then all the things that are also influences in your life creating you. So this is like the zoomed out version of who you are. And we come here in the present moment. We've got 6 of Wands and the Page of Swords. And it's like, this is you, your front facing you, like who you, sorry about that. It seems like somebody's doing yard work while I wanted to do a reading. How dare they? But like, this is who you are, like the aspects of you that you like showing to other people. This is you celebrating, like this lady's up on the stage, she's like celebrating, like, hi, this is me, and this is how I'm showing up, and I'm showing off my talents and my attributes and my skills, all the things that I've acquired over the years, and it's being shown by this page of swords. It's like this lady is sitting here reading this book, and then she's like displaying those things that she feels are good to be displayed on stage, aka like her personality. Like, hey, look at me, I'm cool. Look, I've got my hair like this, I've got these clothes, I talk like this, like this is who I am, I'm cool. But it's kind of based on, like, say you're doing research on social media. This is a subconscious thing. Like, you're looking on social media, you're seeing what's popular, so this is what you're putting on for your clothes. This is how your hair is colored because this is what's popular. This is how you're choosing to show up and what pictures you're posting and blah blah blah. Like, this is how you're just showing the world based off of what you believe, because you've been like doing research, right? What's cool, what's going to give you favorable outcomes, what's going to make people cheer for you, what's going to make people like and appreciate you more. And what's coming next, after you know, like building and creating yourself, pile one, is that the tower is going to come. And this is an interesting tower. What's coming next is for you is just a realization that the thing that you have been going for, your 10 of cups. Can you zoom in for me? I know you can do it. There we go. Sorry, your 10 of pentacles, like the thing that is your goal in life, you are finding that it's not enough. Like, the tower is, I don't know, it's like a realization that you're going to have. It's like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and this is not, like, I'm getting this recognition, but it's not, like, in comparison to the thing in my soul that I really, like, in comparison to I just feel like we all inside of ourselves know what makes us happy, what brings us joy, what is like the truth and the real. We know that. And so because you've built yourself to be like this creation of the world, basically, you're realizing that this cannot stand up to the real truth of what makes you happy and brings you joy. Like, this fake you is nothing like the real you. The real you is freaking amazing, and you can feel it. Like, you can feel the separation and the difference. So what's coming for you is that realization. It's like, I am so much better than this, like, fake creation that I've made based on who I think I should be, based on what I've seen around me and people have put into me. It's like the mask is coming off for you. And Power One, I gotta say, I was literally not expecting this kind of reading to come through on this question, but we're here. Basically, it's saying what's coming for you is just a realization, like, this applause that you're getting is not going to be good enough because it's not even the real you. And anything that you're receiving from being a fake you, or like a premeditated you, a you that is not authentic, it's just not going to be enough. Like, you're going to realize that the tower is going to come on that. Like, you're basically building your identity based on straw, not based on the foundation of who you truly are. And you're going to feel it. Like, and I keep saying a feeling because this is a very abstract concept. Only you know who the true real you is. Like, it's inside of you. I was talking about the rock record. If you look at a cross section of rocks, you can see what those rocks have gone through based on the things that have happened to them over many millennia. Like, you can just see it in the rocks. You can literally see, oh, look, there was a flood there. Oh, there was some volcano. There's ash in these rocks. There's this. So that is, like, I'm talking about your Akashic record. You can see that within you, and you can feel that inside of you. And if you're not being true and authentic to that person who you really, really, truly are, then boom, you're going to have this realization in the tower, because you're going to feel it. It's like, this is not right. This is not resonating. This whole life that I've created, this whole persona I created is just not me. It's not good enough. It's not bringing you joy. You can feel that there is a bunch of joy that's out there waiting for you, but it's not, like, you don't have it in your hands because you're not vibrating on the same, like, you're not in alignment with it. How can you receive it if you're not you? It's something that's for you, not for like a created version of you. I don't know, AI just came into my mind. So I'm not sure what artificial intelligence has to do with it, but like maybe like an artificial version of you. You're using an avatar, like you're not being your true self. Basically, the realization power that you're going to have is that being all this fake stuff is just not good enough for you. And hopefully you're going to decide that you want to discover the real you and discover what you're really about. It's like, I'm tired of this. I want the real me. Forget all this other fake stuff. Okay, pile one. I'm going to move on to pile two. Okay, pile two. This is your reading for what is coming. This is interesting. It's so funny, when I started doing this reading, I thought it was going to be nice and cute, but we got some deep messages coming through here. And so for you, pile two, because I do want to say this is a very zoomed out view. So this is like an overview. This could even be like your entire life that we're talking about here, or at least a significant part of it. I'm thinking 20 years. I don't know why 20 years just popped in my head, but this is like your life journey, and it's saying what's next when it comes on your life journey. So for you, pile two, we've got the Empress clarified by the Five of Cups. The Empress in this deck, and I would pick her up, but I got this sage over her breast, so we don't have any issues here with YouTube. But in this deck, she's pregnant. She's got the world in her stomach. She kind of looks like she's resting a little bit, and on her back there's a whole bunch of fish. So we know the Empress is fertile, like she's very fertile, and I'm seeing that coming through on the card, but I'm also seeing like her being alone here. I'm seeing her, we have this Five of Cups, and a lot of the times it makes me think of like dejection. That's the word that's popping in my mind. But here I really just see that this Empress, she's gone. We can look at this card. This lady is sitting here. She's got these bowls, but honestly, it looks like watercolor arts that she's doing. But she's traveling a long journey. If you can see that pathway that she's come through, she's come all this way just so she could do her arts in peace. That's what it looks like. It looks like she's sitting here and creating, from her soul, from her energy. Like she's all alone creating these things. And normally the Five of Cups, sometimes it makes me look at like, oh no, all of these things are going down the toilet. But because she's the Empress, to me, there's no such thing as things being wasted or not used. She is the Empress, so all of her energy is going to be used. Like the seeds that the Empress sows are going to yield amazing product. But this is just her on her own doing this. So I really just feel like the kind of the energy of loneliness, sadness, putting these beautiful creations out here, but not allowing anyone else's energy to be involved in it. And there just might just be the energy of sadness. And this being in the past position was before. So before you may have, gone on this amazing or intense spiritual journey in which you were like really working very hard to purify yourself and to make sure that the things that are coming out of your mouth, the way that you act, the way you behave, all of that is going to be in a way that's in alignment with you. But it could have been very different from the ways that people around you were behaving, or even your family. Like it's kind of like you had to take your own route, go your own way. And so now that you're in this place, I see here the Three of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. It's like now you are beginning to come back together with others again. But it's interesting because in this moment, it's like you're not moving forward or progressing with these other people. It's like you're basically being held back from working in conjunction with these others. And so what I see, what's coming from you or for you, is the Eight of Swords and Justice. So I resonate with this a lot. Sometimes when you get in groups and work with other people, you see that everybody's in their own, everybody's in their own place. Nobody's all in the same place, and sometimes it can be hard to get everybody to come together and be on the same page and to even work together in a way that is like, what is it? Syncopation is what I'm hearing, like a way that works for everybody. Like we're on the same task. We are working together. We're on the same beat, whatever that word is. Sometimes it can be difficult to get people like from different backgrounds, from different levels, blah, 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 to work together. And so maybe for you, you've been in this environment where people are just not on your level. So perhaps you have been held back because you've been trying to work with them, you're trying to teach them, but it's more putting you in a mode where you got to teach and start over and like kind of go back and help people when it's stopping you from moving forward and doing your own thing and learning more and progressing in your journey. And so The thing that's going to happen for you, what's coming, is this Eight of Swords. I don't know if you see this lady. She's looking in the mirror. In the mirror, she's all tied down. She's got these crows around her, probably, screeching in her ear. It can be kind of like insanity in the mirror. But in real life, she is okay. She's not being tied down by these things. And that's being clarified by the Justice card. I love justice. Justice is coming together. So what's coming for you is that you are going to see that you no longer have to be tied down by these things, because we have swords, they're ideals. So maybe because you're working in this group of people who are not in alignment with you, you think that you need to fit in them with them. You think that you need to like come down to their level so you all can work on the same page. But maybe that is not what needs to be done. There's some other option, some other way, another way that's going to be way more in balance for you. And what's coming for you is you realizing that there is another option and you going towards that option. You do not have to stoop down to their level to get everybody to work together. You do not have to hold yourself back. You do not have to dim your light for these other people. Like, no, that is not the option. As a matter of fact, and you doing that is holding yourself back. Like, you are being stuck there in this same position. You've already come such a long way and you're being stuck in this way. Like, you know, if you've come a long way, you can still go a long way. You know, you still have it in you. You still have the ability, the skills you got here, and you can go so much further. But these people are holding you back. They literally could be draining your energy. They can be like, I don't know, just being around them literally can drain your energy, and you feel like you have to stay there. You feel like you're trapped there. You feel like this is what you need to be doing. Like, maybe, sometimes we feel like we have to give back and we have to give everything, and it's really like, no, this is actually draining me. Y'all need to get up and help yourselves, actually. So I think you're going to come up with this realization that you don't have to do this. You don't have to hold yourself back. As a matter of fact, there is better out there for you. You haven't made it yet. Like, you're still going on your journey, and that is what you're going to realize. That's what's coming up for you. It's a mindset thing. We got all these swords here in this deck, and it's like, yes, you are going to understand that this is not it for you, that there is better out there for you, and you're going to figure out a way to get better, to get something that's equal to you, equally yoked, something that you are, well, something that is also worthy of you, that you don't have to dim your light for. Okay, pile 2, good luck. We're going to move on to pile 3. Okay, pile 3, this is your reading. So this is interesting because it feels like a more longer term thing. It's so funny because I was thinking in this reading it would be like something nice and short and simple and easy. But I've been seeing with all these piles, it's a really zoomed out view of what's going on in your life. This could even be like your overall life, like many years of your life. I'm thinking 10 years, past 10 years. The cycle that you've been on, and it's like a new cycle is coming. So let's get started here. We got the 10 of Cups and Temperance. Pile 3, you may be somebody who really like gets affected by emotions. I'm talking like you're easily excitable. You could even be what is it called? A pleasure seeker, a sensory seeker, like somebody who just likes exciting things, exciting places. Like, you want to be on the front of the ride of the roller coaster. You want to be in a room full of people, like the coolest people, the highest energy places. Like, you just might be attracted to that. So literally you might be, your career could have something to do with being around celebrities or pursuing celebrities. You could want to be a celebrity. You could want to be in the public eye, like musicians. I'm thinking like basically something that just like you want to be where the excitement is, where the things are happening. And, or at least you did in the past, because I see this 10 of Cups. It's like, I want to be where the high energy things are, where the exciting things are. Like, I want passion and fire. And even though it's his cups, like, that's just what I'm getting, like a super emotional high. You want to be around that. But it seems like you have learned that maybe that is not the best environment for you, because we have Temperance here. It's like trying to, instead of be so emotionally high all the time, to be more emotionally stable and even. And it's kind of like the energy of you evening out. It's like, okay, love the emotional highs, but there's a crash after sometimes. Or love the emotional highs, but gosh, it takes a lot out of me. Or gosh, it takes a lot of my finances. Or it takes, too much to do, and it's only a short period of time. I would like to extend that time. Instead of me just like one moment of happiness, I want to extend my happiness. So it's kind of like you wanting to realign your life, or even this could have been something that you've already begun to do, is to realign your life so that there's not so many intense highs, but it's like, I want to steady, I want to be happy every day, not just a build up when this vacation happens, or a build up when I go to this concert, or a build up when I go to this job that is gonna put me like close to really popular people. Like, no, I want my life to always constantly be great or amazing. Or even if it's not like a career or a job, it could literally just be you pleasure seeking. I'm talking about jumping off of mountains and stuff, or climbing mountains, or needing to be doing tough things in your life. Like, I gotta build this whole building by myself. I gotta be a manager. I gotta, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that are like requiring lots of energy for like a one-time emotional high. Even if it could be drugs too, or alcohol, or whatever you would use, sex, all of those things that have an emotional high that's not going to last a very long time. So as you kind of learning to temper that energy and understanding, it's like when we're kids, like we don't understand. We want it now. But you understand, like, waiting for things and, taking the time to build up to something is actually kind of nice too. So it's like you're learning that. Then we've got Five of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This is interesting because you have been working on this temperance within your life, whatever aspect of your life it is, to, not just be pleasure seeking, that emotional high. You've been working on it, and you are waiting until you're stable before you continue on this journey. And it's interesting because it's like, I don't want to say you're doing the opposite of pleasure seeking, but it kind of feels like that. It's like you want to be immovable before you keep going forward in your life. And forward in your life is whatever you're trying to do, whatever your goal is. Like, maybe you're waiting to have a family, or you're waiting to date until you're more stable. You're waiting to get another job. You're waiting to start your own business. You're waiting to make new friends. Like, you want to be stable, perfect. Like, we've got the King of Cups here. King of Cups is immovable. Like, you want to be that before you move on in your life. And the realization that you're going to have, because this is a realization, which is what's coming, is that you cannot just sit and wait until you're stable. Because of course you're going to be stable in this sitting and waiting position. You are going to need to live your life, and as each moment and situation comes, you're going to need to deal with it. Then that is how you're going to be stable across the board. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you're sitting still, you're going to be stable. Object that's not in motion is always going to be, it's not in motion until something moves it. So you need to be able to be moved and then come back to the center. Move, come back to the center. And once you experience all of these experiences in your life, that is when you'll be able to be, stable, because you've lived and experienced, not just sat in the same spot. Like, that will not help you achieve your goal. It's kind of like you're just doing the opposite of what you've been doing, thinking that that's gonna, so I'm gonna do nothing and then everything's gonna be fine. Instead of doing everything, I'm just gonna do nothing. Like, that's not quite gonna get you what you want to get. The realization that you're gonna have is that there's a whole journey that you need to take. You see this in her head? You have to keep stepping on these rungs. If you're right here and you're stable, that's great. But if you come here and you're not stable, then you're going to need to learn the things and skills and abilities to get stable here so that you can move on here. And then you're stable, and then here, and then you're stable. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to be calm and you want to be, I keep hearing perfect. If you just want to be, if you're somebody, like, I'm even getting this instance of, if you're like wanting to be like a spiritual, someone who is reaching the top of your spiritual journey. Like, you want to take this spiritual journey seriously. You want to learn the things and you want to implement them, and you want to, like, be the best at it, or at least for you, be the best, be great. You cannot just sit in the same spot and think, hey, I'm great because look, in this position that I am right now, I can do everything. I can do anything. There's nothing that bothers me or affects me. But it's like, okay, if tomorrow you were on the other side of the world and you're not in a peaceful place, then how are you then? If you're not steady and stable and peaceful there, are you really doing what it is that you want to do, which is, being, what is it? Achieving, insert word here. Achieving peace? I don't know. Sorry, I can't think of the word. But being like this person who is sitting with their legs crossed and their arms folded and they're just like at peace all the time. If you're only at peace in this one circumstance or situation, are you really at peace, or is it just this place that has all the things that you like? Are you really at peace, or are you just like kind of cutting out everything that makes you bothered? So you're going to realize that you have to keep going on your journey. You cannot just stay in the same spot and think that you are winning, which, yeah, you're winning in this one spot, but what if tomorrow things change? Are you going to be able to be stable then? And the funny thing is, what you were doing before was allowing you to learn learn yourself in different environments. But if you're just going to stay here and try to wait until like you're perfect and nothing possibly in the world can affect you, I just feel like you're cutting yourself off from all of the things that you can live and experience. And you're going to realize that. It's like a realization coming. You also, it's like in tarot, there are 4 kings, and we've got 2 of them up here. We've got the King of Cups and the King of Wands. If you're only in your King of Cups energy, this is the only thing that you're going to be able to do, like be the master of, because the kings are the masters. If you're not the master of the King of Wands, if you're not the master of, not the master of Wands, not the master of Pentacles, and not the master of, what is the next one? Swords, then are you really a master, or are you just mastering one thing? It's like there's a need for you to continue on your journey. And I feel like the next thing that you'll be mastering, because you've gotten the emotions down, we see King of Cups here, is going to be Wands. You're going to be mastering that fire energy, which I was saying here, it's like those emotional highs, like that fire energy. I'm talking about the excitement. I'm talking about the passion, like all of these things that you might, that can, it seems like before have really affected you, like maybe taking you out of your comfort zone because, oh my gosh, there's a celebrity. Oh my gosh, there's somebody with a bunch of money. Oh my gosh, there's a opportunity over there. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of attention on me. There's a need to go back into that energy and figure out how to be the master of it and not just run away from it by sitting in this peaceful place. It's like there's more for you to do. You need to continue on your journey, not just stay in this nice stable place because you feel safe here. It's great to feel safe and you can always return to that place, but there's more for you to do. Pile 3, that's what I'm seeing here. That is what you are going to realize. That's what's coming next for you, and perhaps even more opportunities for you to see and experience this fire energy and to go ahead and keep climbing this ladder and understanding you, like mastering yourself. And that is going to involve you getting out of your comfort zone and experiencing more. You can do it, pile 3. All right, we're going to move on to pile 4. All right, pile 4, this is what's coming for you. So this is so interesting. I thought this reading was going to be nice and simple and cute, but I've really been getting some deep messages here. And pile 4, there's no difference with your reading. You also have a deep message. It has, when I've been looking at these cards, they've been more overall, like zooming out on your life in general. So this could be 10, 20 years of your life that we're talking about here. And I always like to go past, present, future. So if we just start over here, this is you. We got the 2 of Cups. This is love. This is coming together. So you could have been in a long-term relationship. You could be, this could be like your family or familial relationships, your friends, but basically your comfort zone, that place that, the people that you feel safe with. And not just you feeling safe with people, but like the ideals and things that they have passed on to you. So this could literally be like a teacher-student relationship. Basically, you see how both of their hands are coming and they're pouring into these 2 cups. Imagine like someone teaching you and guiding you and holding your hand and walking you through life and kind of just like giving you all the answers, basically helping you. Because you see this 10 of Swords cards, these birds are flying away. And I also, I always get the energy of when I look at this card that any thoughts or any scary things or anything that just like you need answers on, or you just don't understand, or it causes you confusion or keeps you up at night, like in this instance you already have someone that you can go to and you can basically get the answer. So we're talking about mom or dad, this could be a teacher, this could even be your lover. Like this is somebody who can just ease your mind at the end of the day. So we got this, and then we're coming here to the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. We're going from 2 cups to 1. So this could be a breakup, and this has already happened. So I don't see I don't see that this is the thing that's coming. So whatever this situation is has already happened. So this could be a breakup. This could be you leaving your family, like, going elsewhere, going off to college, going overseas, moving away from home. This could be you leaving your friends, making new friends. Maybe you've grown out of those relationships. Maybe you are the teacher and your students are moving on. Or maybe you are the student and your teacher, you have to leave your teachers. Basically, I'm just seeing this energy of moving on from having that support to being on your own and needing to stand on your own 2 feet. And because we keep seeing swords here, this is in your mindset. So these are the things, like literally, if you are a spiritual teacher or a student who is learning spiritual concepts and you have been relying on your teacher to teach and explain things to you, this is you now moving on your own and understanding these concepts for yourself, like really trying to walk that life. Like, say people leaving the church after they've grown up, their parents had them in church all their lives, and then you grow up and you go into the world. So this is you actually understanding those concepts that you learn in church while you are in the world on your own. No one, I'm not going to say no one to call on, but it's not this type of relationship anymore. This is you holding your own cup, being in charge of your own heart. Again, this is like a separation that has happened, and now you are on your own. What are you going to do? I can tell you what you're going to do. What's coming for you is a realization that you can do this on your own. You can take these concepts or these things that you've learned. You can handle your own self, even if it's like literally mental energy. So maybe you were in therapy for quite a long time and now you're being called to just go out on your own, to like go into the world on your own and use those concepts that you have learned in therapy for years and years and years. It's like, okay, it's time for you to stand on your own. You cannot come running to me all the time. Again, you're leaving your parents. So this is you knowing that you can do it on your own, and basically taking all of those things that you've learned and implementing them. This is you going out in the world. So we got this 3 of Wands. It looks like this lady is waiting to catch her wave. I don't know if you've ever tried to learn how to surf. I have. It is difficult. And for me, one of the most difficult parts is reading the waves. Like, that's something. You see these surfer guys, these old surfer guys out there, they just look at the waves and they understand where they need to be positioned on their board, how far out they need to go, and where in the water they should go to get the best waves. Like, they just know it by looking at the waves. For me, it would be a trial and error situation because I'm not sure. So it's you looking at the waves, studying the waves, and trying to understand, okay, which wave is mine? How do I catch these waves? How do I get out there? You don't have the answers anymore. You don't have that old surfer guy guiding you and telling you where to go. It's up to you to now figure out which waves to catch, and which locations are the best for you, which waves are the size that you can catch. Like, there's so much that you can learn by reading the water and looking at the waves that somebody who's experienced will just know and can just point it out to you. But someone who is not is just going to have to take their time to understand it. And so what you're going to realize and what's coming next for you is that you can do it. Like, we got these 7 of Pentacles. Look underneath. Those seeds that those people sowed into you were strong and powerful. Like, those roots, they look good. They look healthy. But the little tree looks so small and tiny. So you might not know that those roots, as deep and as good as they are, you cannot see them. But you understand that this tree is growing. It's growing. It might not, be the biggest, hugest tree. It's still a baby tree, but it's growing. The seeds are good. The roots are good. Basically, what I'm saying to you is, as you're going on your journey on your own without, this immediate help from these teachers and guides, you're going to realize that you can do it, that you have been, like, your studying of the ways is not in vain. It might be taking you longer, and it might just seem like, oh my goodness, I'm not good enough. I need to go back to my people. But you're doing it. It's just, it's easy without them. That's what you're going to realize, Pile 4. That's what's coming for you. Either this realization that you can do it, or you seeing that it is now time for you to go off on your own. So that is what's coming. It's like, I gotta read these waves for myself. I can't have you with me all the time. I gotta learn on my own. How am I gonna go catch waves whenever I want to if you're not, like, if I'm dependent on you? And so this is you becoming more independent in your life. So for you, Pile 4, it is the realization that you can do it. And you, like, those seeds that those people sowed in you they're good seeds. The roots are good. They are stable. They are supporting you. It's just you are needing to now nurture your own plant without having this immediate feedback from the others. And I'm not sure if it's a breakup or you're just leaving your family, but either way, you got this. Okay, pile 4, that's your reading.